not admitted without parents or guardian. Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian. Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian.
Slaughter Hotel, the final address for 8 young nurses. Slaughter Hotel, the whole world read the headlines. Now, for those who dare enter the deformed world behind the headlines, a motion picture that freezes at every scream, that hangs on every... Slaughter Hotel, a reserved deathbed. 8 innocent nurses. They faced death 1,000 times. Now, they were facing a massacre as one the life was slashed from under them. Slaughter Hotel, a reserved deathbed. The living will never get used to death, but to die this way. Slaughter Hotel, in color, in violence, in shock.
Hey, did you hear about the headlines?
I heard that 8 innocent nurses were slaughtered.
Well, behind the headlines, you'll find tonight's
9 innocent nurses were slaughtered.
Yeah, there was a 9th. It was too horrible to even talk about.
Well, we got to talk about after the movie. I have a question about the nurses. Like, are they live-in nurses or do they live off site? Because there's conflicting stuff. But
oh yeah, you may have guessed that it really doesn't have anything to do with the Richard Speck murders, and it never did.
No, I love how they try to make it seem like it's so sensational, like the most modern, cutting edge, and it's just some, what is it? It's like a castle that's been turned into like a mental hospital for nymphomaniacs. And
right away, we know we are not in familiar territory.
Right.
So yeah, carved out of today's headlines is the tagline.
In the opening credits for the show, did you make me Ultraman or Inframan?
Inframan.
Okay. I used to love Ultraman. I don't know if I'm familiar with Inframan as much.
Inframan's amazing. You have to watch it.
Okay.
We did it on the show. You saw it.
It might have been before I started watching.
No, you watched all the way from the very beginning. But you might have been doing something else, something less.
No, I remember what it was. It was that it was only available in Internet Archive.
Oh.
And so I had to watch it on my computer, and when I watch stuff on my computer, I don't retain it as much as when I'm watching it on the TV.
I understand. Well, that's tonight's movie. Tonight's feature, Slaughter Hotel. It's available at internetarchive.org. And I put the link on Groovy Doom on Facebook anyway. So you can go download it or just have it set up to go. At the end of our live segment, we'll all press play off screen. It happens in private. We're not streaming while the movie's on. And then when it's over, we'll just come back.
What's up with Sam? Is he in a snowbank somewhere?
Yeah. Well, he never recovered from Christmas. No, Sam is going to be on the second segment tonight.
Okay.
So,
that's the one that counts.
Yeah.
That's like his favorite. Yeah.
Is it his favorite one?
Well, no, he just loves Night Train to Terror so much.
The second movie you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, when we set up tonight's films, you suggested it. You suggested Cataclysm, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't even have to ask Sam. Like, I know. Right. As soon as I tell him we're doing that, he's going to get really excited.
Yeah. No, that's a fun movie. It's a very strange movie. But as is our first one, Slaughter Hotel.
Yes. The Slaughterist, which had a number of titles, one of them being Asylum Erotica. What the hell?
Well, so from what I gather, it was Hallmark put it out as Slaughter Hotel, and then AIP put it out as Asylum Erotica. And they, after it did its Slaughter Hotel thing, they were like, hey, why don't we market it like a sexploitation and see if we can wring some more dollars out of people or something, I think.
Well, Asylum Erotica came first. That
Oh,
was the
was it?
first title that it played under
Okay.
in like 72, which
That's
I
right,
thought it
because
waited
Slaughter
a couple
Hotel.
of years. It didn't. It came out the next year.
Yeah, well, Slaughter Hotel, the early, well, maybe I remember the earliest ads I could find for it were 73, but you probably, did you find any? I guess we can talk about that later too.
We'll talk about it during the ad gallery. But yeah, I did find it mostly in 73 is when it started as Slaughter
Yeah,
Hotel.
but
And it
Asylum
was,
Erotica was 72,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 72. And there it was rated X, which
I,
is, raises some questions tonight because the version that is on Internet Archive, be warned, it's pretty explicit. Nothing like,
but X, Paranoia, the Carol Baker movie that she made with Umberto Lenzi is X. It's not hardcore pornography, but it's,
right, yeah.
you know,
Well, there were just a lot of up close and personal shots of female nether regions in this film.
and really not even trying to be sly about it either. Like it's like the camera, then it'll just look down at the.
It goes
you ever-
there. It goes there.
Have you ever seen any of Fernando de Leo's other movies? The director of Slaughter Hotel. Apparently, he
I don't
was
think
big
so.
in the poliziotteschi genre.
I'm sort of like, that's a blind spot for me for now. Like I've only seen a couple of them. Like, What Have They Done to Your Daughters?
Right.
And
Did you see Almost Human?
mm-mm.
That's kind of like a crossover. I feel like a lot of people who aren't really into poliziotteschi will watch that. I know what you're talking about. It's sort of like kung fu movies where it's a blind spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to rectify that. There's especially the one I really want to see is the one with the crazy car chase that everybody keeps talking about. Strange Shadows in an Empty Room.
Okay.
I have not seen that, and we keep
Isn't that a
trying to.
Cassavetes movie? Or am I? No.
I think so. I'm not sure who's in it, but
Okay.
AC Nicholas wants to do it on the show, and unfortunately, we were going to do it. We had it all scheduled at one point, and then it just vanished off of Tubi. We went to get it;
Aw.
it was gone. So like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Well,
One
they usually
day.
show up again on like Plex. Like, what are some good channels besides Tubi that you will show movies? Because I know you have that rule on the show. You'll only show movies if they're available for free. Like, so there's Internet Archive, YouTube, Tubi. What about like Plex? Do you ever have movies from Plex or anything?
Plex is a pitfall. I love Plex and I use Plex. In fact, if you want to, if you're a friend of mine and you want to be on my private Plex server, just send me a message. But Plex is funny. Like there's some free stuff on there, but mainly you're only going to find stuff on there if you know somebody who has it on their server. It's not reliable.
Okay.
Daily Motion is another good one.
Daily Motion, yeah. Although I feel like a lot of movies on Daily Motion for whatever reason are always split up. Like I feel like Daily
Yeah.
Motion didn't have the capacity for putting a feature length film on there until much later than YouTube, because you'll still keep finding stuff on Daily Motion. It's like 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3, and it'll be like 20 minutes each or something.
I'll look up the title and post it in the chat. It's like, I don't know. I'll just go cut the file name out. You'll be able to find it that way.
The file name of what?
Tonight's first feature, Slaughter Hotel, which is only available for free online on internetarchive.org.
I posted a link to it in my Facebook post if anybody wants to go to my page and look for it.
Well, that's his problem. He said he's not on Facebook. So
Oh.
he needs to.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you so into this movie?
Slaughter Hotel?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I lived near a video store that had all of the Gorgon videos. And it had Bay of Blood, Death Dream, Night of the Bloody Apes, Blood Spattered Bride, Slaughter Hotel. And Slaughter Hotel I thought was hilarious. It was it wasn't that old when I saw it, you know what I mean? Because it was in the 80s. So it was just sort of like, it was really badly cropped for 4:3. So it was just basically like people's noses talking to each other. And then somebody would jump out of nowhere and there would be lesbian nurses, and my friends and I loved it. We would just watch it and laugh our asses off. And then they all went through puberty and decided to start liking it for other reasons.
What are the other reasons?
There's naked women in like, and then nobody has nightgowns or anything in this movie. Like you're either
No.
if you're in bed, you're nude and you're rolling around and having an erotic dream.
It's Italian. It's like every giallo, you go out, you're out shopping, you're not doing anything, you're not committing drudgery or anything. You're out doing something fabulous. You come home, you drop your expensive handbag on the floor next to the door, kick off your really super awesome shoes, and you take off all your clothes and go straight into the shower or the tub, or just get naked for no reason.
No, but before that, you open the window and you go, "Hi, Rosa," and she goes, "Oh, the washing machine is broke."
Yeah. There has to be something of plot relevance there.
Right. Yeah, I kind of always wanted to, like, when I was a kid, I remember like the part in Tenebrae where the hooker gets home, or not the hooker, I think she was a hooker. She was got caught shoplifting at the beginning, and she like gets
Yeah.
home to like her apartment, and she like kicks off her shoes and she's walking around and goes to the fridge to get some orange juice. And I was like, someday when I'm an adult, like that's what I'm gonna be like. I'm just gonna come out to my own apartment. Like
After shoplifting, she's not upset about it at all. It's just sort of
Right.
like, oh, well, yeah.
Well, because she got off because she was like, "Give you my number. You're not gay, are you?"
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
"Oh
yeah.
no!"
She worked it. She
Right.
worked her way out of that one.
She was in something else. I think she's in Inferno, right? Isn't she the mother of whatever the mother is? She's
Yes.
like the
She's
yeah.
she's the human guise of the mother.
Mother of
Monica
Tears, I
Romero.
think. Yeah. Mean Frank and Crazy Tony. I want to see Edward Fenitz have a Fran Drescher accent.
So, yeah, this one sort of escaped me for many years. I was not familiar with this when I was young. I have to say, like I did not see this movie coming from anywhere because I don't know. I don't think it was ever on TV. It wasn't
Oh
like
God, no.
Marta. It wasn't like Marta. How
Yeah.
that ended up on TV, I'll never know. But
Well, did they have alternate clothed takes for her on the TV version of Marta, or would they just zoom in past her nudity, or what?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I can't remember if I ever saw a version with nudity in it.
So I have my VHS of Slaughter Hotel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait, unmirror your camera so we can see it. When you came back, it did it.
Okay. Ta-da.
Wow, that is fancy.
Yeah. And at the back of the thing, it's like it says a brutally erotic film that centers around the day-to-day activities of a hospital, Slaughter Hotel, that houses perverts convicted of sexually violent crimes. No, it doesn't. It just houses like rich housewives who like to masturbate in bed a lot.
This is a very special film. There's a lot of like just laying around naked and doing what comes naturally, which is, erotic dancing with your girlfriend.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of having sexual dreams, playing croquet, dancing around naked with your nurse, and and a lot of really clumsy filmmaking. Like you'll notice, like when the movie first starts, it's like I don't know why the director does that thing where it keeps cocking. He keeps cocking the camera at the exterior of the hospital.
Now, what was that about?
I don't know. It
It's
was very
Warhol.
Yeah, like when I remember as a kid, I kind of.
We lost Mike Justice again. I knew this was going to happen. And here he was in the middle of saying something. One thing that I can tell you about... Oh, wait, here he is. Okay,
Frick.
now there's another camera angle we're seeing now. There we go.
All right. So I kind of like this. I like Slaughter Hotel for like kind of like the same reason I like Andy Milligan movies, just because I thought inept filmmaking was hilarious. And it's funny because Fernando de Leo isn't known as an inept filmmaker, but Slaughter
No.
Hotel does have some really clumsy bad filmmaking choices
Oh,
in
do
it,
you
I
think
think.
so? Because I thought it was pretty beautiful. I'd be
Well,
interested
what
to hear what you thought was bad about it.
like when when the at the beginning of the movie when the killer's creeping up the stairs and it cuts back and forth between a shot from behind and a shot from the front and a shot from behind and a shot from the front. It's like, what are you trying to convey here? Like the chaos of him sneaking up the stairs or something? Like,
It's just something crazy to do, man.
I know. So I mean, stuff like that. I'm just like, whose decision was that? It's like some old guys like in the editing room, and he's like, the kids, they want something psychedelic. Let's just cut.
It was that era. I mean, this was the early 70s. It probably was filmed in 70. It came out in
Yeah.
71.
So when did you just saw it? Like when it came out on DVD later?
I can't remember the first time I saw it, but yeah, I watched it much later in life.
Yeah, yeah, and it never was on like cable. I never saw it on like USA or anything like that.
I wish I had seen it earlier, though, because I used to always see that ad that we're going to look at with the screaming woman from Frankenstein 80.
Being menaced by a giant like bone.
Why is she doing that? Like, I mean, I know why because I've seen that movie, but I don't know why anybody else would know.
But I saw that ad years after I was a huge fan of the movie, and I couldn't tell what that was, and I thought maybe it was like the nurse that we see get killed in the trailer you made, and I was like, but I don't remember him shaking a bone in her face. maybe
So,
maybe it's off screen because I knew that the movie was really heavily cropped and panned and scanned. So I was like, well, maybe the bone is over here.
not only do they keep medieval torture devices at Slaughter Hotel, they keep cow bones too.
Right. Now, why in Frankenstein? Oh, and they had Frankenstein 80 too on Gorgon Video,
Hmm.
which is why I guess Hallmark must have licensed it and then just never put it out because it was
Yeah,
available when they gave all their movies to Gorgon Video. It was one of the movies, and they used pictures from it in ad campaigns for other movies and stuff. So
yeah. For some reason, they just declined to release it, which is a very
yeah,
strange thing if they went through the trouble of acquiring it, or maybe it just like came in as part of a package and they didn't decide to.
I feel like it was that, like they probably had some overseas partners that were like, we're going to throw in Frankenstein 80 to sweeten the deal. And they're just like, okay.
Sure. But there may have been some other problem with it too. Like maybe it wasn't dubbed at that time. Maybe there was a problem. I don't know. There is an
Yeah.
English dub, so that's probably not the reason.
They make those in Italy, like before they send them out, they would create the dubs. That's why they all have Carolyn. What's her name? Carolyn de
Carolyn D.
Fonseca.
Fonseca.
Yeah. The most middle-aged sounding woman ever, and she's like dubbing girls and like teenage girls in Suspiria and like
My name is
yes,
Olga. You're my tenant.
you can't put too much faith in wolfhounds. They're crazy.
We had two of them at the villa.
Right. Oh. All right, so
I think this movie is probably a lot better if you're like super hot for naked women.
yeah.
I never was super hot for naked women, so that kind of excluded me from part of this target audience, I guess. But
Things would have been so much better. Like if I was super hot for naked women, I would have had just so much stuff to watch, like Slaughter Hotel. Like
mhm.
naked women were a dime a dozen when you're growing up, especially in Italian movies.
That really is the point of this film. Ultimately, this is a bait and switch, by the way, because that especially the Hallmark ad campaign makes it look like something totally gruesome. There are some gruesome shots in it, but mainly the thrills in this movie come from lots and lots of naked women.
Yeah. Did you there was on the DVD as an interview with Fernando de Leo, and he's talking about how much he just thought Rosalba Neri was just the most gorgeous woman. He's like, I worked with all these gorgeous women. Rosalba Neri, oh my God, like perfect woman. And the
Yeah.
interviewer's like, what about Margaret Lee? And he's like, yeah, Margaret Lee. Yeah. But Rosalba, oh my God.
Rosalba Neri is very beautiful.
She is like, I think probably like the female Franco Nero or something, just
Yeah. What do you mean by that, Franco Nero? Like just
because
because the kind of parts that he got.
No, just like in terms of just pulchritude, like Franco Nero is like conventionally attractive to a ludicrous degree, I think. And or you know what? Actually, Rosalba Neri is probably like the female George Eastman because
Wow.
Franco Nero was really handsome, but I don't think he was sexy. But I think George Eastman
Elevated
is
title.
yeah. George Eastman though is kind of I feel like George Eastman has got like more like carnal appeal than Franco Nero.
What about Klaus Kinski?
Okay, what is up with Klaus Kinski? Like, I don't understand what like the appeal. Like everybody's like, oh yeah, he tried to kill me and he's crazy and he's a rapist, but you know, he was so brilliant. He was such a good actor. There's a lot of good actors out there who aren't insane. Why?
Yeah, you don't have to only hire people like that.
Yeah. And as far as like a sex symbol is concerned, like maybe when he was like 20, he might have had like an interesting face, but he looks like Vivica Linford's. Like he's just not, he's Aunt
Everything
Bedelia.
he wanted for me.
Yeah, right. Screech to a halt, as they say.
You
So
stupid bastard. Yeah, the murder.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I just like in this movie, Klaus Kinski is the advertisements and stuff like on video always tried to make it look like he would be like the heavy, like he was the villain, the creepy guy. And in the movie, he's like a romantic lead. He's like
Yeah, they did though go through the trouble to make it look like it could have been him.
yeah, there are a couple like red herring parts where he's like, looking around furtively after somebody gets killed or something.
I think we were supposed to think that that may have been him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it because this movie is kind of a Friday the 13th. Like, I don't want to give too much away, but when the killer does show up, you're like, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, right. Well, no, I don't know.
yeah. It doesn't make much sense if you ask me when they reveal the murderer at the end of this film. So I'm like, okay, nobody, even the law enforcement of the time, was able to stand up to this person, and you might wonder why.
Right, I know he's not like that formidable. So what is Chris talking about? Vivica Linford's had a facelift and it fell.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know that. She
I
was in
don't.
the
Yeah,
hand. Was it before or after she was in the hand?
I I don't think she
Chris
had a
was on it.
facelift, right? Because she always had that same face, like up through like Exorcist 3 and Stargate and Creepshow.
Stargate. I always forget she was in that.
I know, and it's kind of funny because well, it's not funny, but like I think she died like a couple of weeks after Stargate came out,
Oh
and
no!
yeah, and so but it was kind of cool, right? Because she got to have one last big like number one movie at the box office right before she left.
But she
But for
didn't live to
years,
see it, did she? I think I
no,
remember that.
no, it came out before she died. But it for
Oh,
years, if you were on Facebook, like for years, if you were on Facebook and you ever said anything about Stargate being Vivica Linford's final movie, Henry Jaglom would just show up like Candyman and be like, "Actually, Vivica Linford's final movie was the film I made with her called like Last Summer in the Hamptons or something."
okay. We get it.
I know. I was like, okay. His claim to fame was that he was Vivica's final director.
What did I see her in not too long? A wedding. That
Oh,
Altman
the
film,
Altman, yeah.
which
And
I
remember,
love.
I love that she turned into like an old scream queen later on, being in like Silent Madness, and
Silent Madness. Yeah.
but she's the angry house mother. You horse!
Yeah, she's a mess. Of course she is. I mean, who else would they cast her as?
She was a great sport though. Like she wasn't like one of those faded stars that's angry about it. She's just like, oh my god, this is great. I get to play a possessed nurse in The Exorcist 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's work, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, The Sure Thing. She was in that too. She was John Cusack's English teacher,
Oh, okay.
who he would write like these stories, and she's like about wanting to lose his virginity or something.
Who on earth would want to lose that?
I don't know.
So yeah, this was an X-rated movie, and And I have to ask myself, was it really the unedited version of the movie? Because I think they probably would have cut the most explicit stuff. I mean, there are some shots in this that I do not remember seeing in the version that I originally viewed. So I think there is probably like a dirtier version of this, and the one on Internet Archive, that's got to be it.
When I remember when on the VHS of Slaughter Hotel, you get to see Rosalba Neri naked a lot, and then on the DVD they had some of those scenes where she was wearing clothes. So I think that whatever print made it to the DVD might have been the one that was for less permissive markets. And I heard that Asylum Erotica was actually cut a little bit more than Slaughter Hotel, ironically, because it's trying to market itself as a sexy movie, but it was probably arguably less sexy than the Slaughter Hotel version.
That's true. I never thought about that. They would probably just cut out all the violent stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it was so explicitly violent anyway. I don't know.
It's kind of criminally insane-esque in its violence. It's just a lot of like orange paint and
Yeah. There's one scene, I swear, there's a decapitation, and I'm like, they just knocked a potted plant off of something. That is not a decapitation.
Yeah, no, and somebody had said the other day that it reminded them of like when in Bay of Blood when the guy gets an axe in the face.
Yeah.
But it's funny because there's no blood. It's just like how their head gets knocked off.
All right, so here's a beautiful. This is very tabloid. All of Hallmark's stuff was so tabloid. That's probably why I love it. So I was a big fan of the Weekly World News. I loved seeing that paper. Even the National Enquirer, when I was a kid, it seemed so scandalous because nobody that I knew read it until there was like this one family that came into my life later, and there was somebody there that read it, and I was like, oh wow, this is bizarre. Like there were articles, I remember reading articles in there saying that the world was going to end in 1982, and I was like, oh my god, I was like devastated when I read it. I took it seriously. I'm like, well, they wrote about it, it has to be true.
Mm-hmm. And if it's been printed and everything, it must have been fact checked. And
yeah, but that's what this ad design reminds me of. Something like you see in Weekly World News.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it looks like they cut and pasted that over it.
An inferno of feminine desires. I don't think any feminine desires are represented in this film.
No, it is male gaze all the way, but. It is. I mean, the advertising of it being extremely erotic is a lot more truthful than the advertising depicting it as like a, Richard Speck.
You're right.
Yeah.
I bet the Swappers delivers.
The Swappers also, I think, was on a double feature with Venus and Furs. Like they just kept the Swappers around for a long time.
Inside the inferno of Asylum Erotica.
Yeah, and who's that lady? She's not in the movie.
She's not. Oh, no. No. Look at her hair. That's totally nobody's hair in this movie.
Yeah. I've never seen, what is The Curious Female? Have you ever seen that, or do you know? Is that a Swedish movie?
I've never seen it.
Okay.
What is she curious about?
Like, what would it be like to make love to a black woman? I don't know, just like
she spends all of her time on Wikipedia. The Curious Female
is yeah.
Foursome was another movie that Hallmark put out. I don't know what that is.
It goes farther than threesome. You don't say.
Well, you can't fault them for not telling the truth.
Right.
They saw it as it was and they spoke it. That's important.
Right. Oh, there it is. Yep.
So here's where we get down to the nitty gritty here with the actual title change to Slaughter Hotel, which did happen at the end of 72. From here on out, these ads are going to be all out of order. There may be some repeats in here, so or whatever. But this was actually 74, I believe, when it first came to Pittsburgh. You see at the bottom, that's where it is.
Oh, yeah.
Those are all Pittsburgh locations.
Liberty.
I don't see the Dependable on there, though. The Colonial Drive-In. I don't remember most of these places. Oh, the Camp Horn Drive-In. The place where that is a giant eagle now.
Okay. Did they show this when they did Jalo Palooza at the drive-in?
No,
I was okay.
they did not. Here
Whoa.
it's part of like the Hallmark Houses of Hell
Right.
down there in the right corner.
Carved out of today's headlines. Don't Look at the Basement is not from the makers of Last House on the Left.
It's from the distributors, and
I know.
I don't know. Maybe they did give Brownrigg some money. I know James Graham, the guy who funded Messiah of Evil and Horror High, he gave Brownrigg some money to make Don't Look in the Basement because Rosie Holotick was his wife.
Yeah. Is Don't Look in the Basement your favorite horror movie?
Maybe not my favorite horror. I don't know. It's so hard to pick a favorite, but it's definitely up there. It's like nothing but sweet spot vibes for me the entire runtime of Don't Look in the Basement.
Some movies that I have a great affection for that I consider comfort movies and love everything about them aren't necessarily my favorite movies.
Right. Yeah. See, you get it.
Yeah, like Boarding House. Like Boarding House is like mac and cheese for me. Like I love it, but I wouldn't say that mac and cheese is my favorite food. Nor would I say Boarding House is my favorite horror movie, but
I'd rather watch Don't Look in the Basement than any A24 movie or whatever. I don't know. There's just something about it. I actually do think I've seen it a million times, but it does have an interesting plot. There is a pseudo mystery there.
And I love those like the regional horror vibes like that, Axe, the Deadly Spawn, like movies that take place in like these 2 or 3 story kind of funky old houses where like the producer's grandma lived and then they got to take over and it was supposed to be a boarding house or it's supposed to be like a clinic or something. Like I love movies like that.
A clinic. Yeah, that was Don't Look in the Basement too. Mm-hmm. So that is something it has in common with Slaughter Hotel anyway.
Oh, yeah? Aha.
So here we go. Carved out of today's headline, the slashing massacre of 8 innocent nurses. Well, how do they know they were innocent?
Right.
There was no trial, okay, for any of this.
Now, maybe what is the whole point? What is that tagline on Last House on the Left? It's just across the street from Joe. Is that just to sort of? Is that because Joe was just such a counterculture hit or something that they're just like trying to liken it to it or something? Or?
Oh, Mike Justice, that's one of my favorite things in the world. That little throwaway tagline for Last House on the Left.
Yeah, along Joe. With "Is it too soon to talk about 72?" You love that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Joe was sort of a counterculture film, and so was Last House on the Left. It was pitched as that, something that you're not for persons under, or not for persons over 30.
Right. They just won't understand, man.
It's a little blurry there. Hey, Roger Ebert loved it. There's his 3.5-star quote right at the top there.
Roger Ebert was an interesting guy. He really. I'm very consistently surprised with what he would champion and what he would hate, and like if he didn't like Friday the 13th, I expect that. I'm like, okay, I get it. But then he'd turn around and just love I don't know, Silent Rage or something, and I'm like, well, if you like that, why do you?
Yeah, there were certain triggers that would just set him off. That's a beautiful thing.
Oh, that is. That lady from Frankenstein 80 had no idea that her face was all over the place.
I wonder if she ever. She probably signs autographs at conventions because of that.
I always like to imagine, I'm sure this never happened, but I always love to imagine that these distributors like Joseph Brenner and Independent International and Hallmark would have like an annual Christmas party. And I love the idea that they would bring in all their like the Europeans for like, I'd love to think that like, Paul Naschy was hanging out with Al Adamson at the Independent International like holiday party or something.
That needs to be a movie.
Absolutely. And I'd love, the Hallmark holiday party and like Klaus Kinski's there and like like screaming at people or something.
I
Because
did not know that there was a Hallmark.
yeah, and they're like, because he made so much money for us in Slaughter Hotel, like we have to invite him to the party.
He Wants You Alive.
What's that?
Ah, well, funny you should ask, Mike Justice. This is something I only discovered recently. He Wants You Alive. It was the scene of Screen 13 posted an ad for it. If you guys don't follow, there are several Scene of Screen 13 ads in tonight's gallery. So thanks, Raleigh Gronkowski. This movie is another Hallmark property, obviously, and it turns out, I mean, nobody really knows what it is. That's the answer, but it's most likely Cannibal Man, aka Apartment on the 13th Floor.
That makes sense because that was a Hallmark movie, right?
Yeah, I think this was just like a title they put out in a couple southern markets, mostly got it. He Wants You Alive. There is a poster or an ad with an actual still from the film, and it's a still from Cannibal Man. So it's got to be that.
And then Sacrifices the Man from Deep River.
Yes. There's the Pom Girls with our gal Jennifer Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I don't know Las Vegas Lady, though.
Las Vegas Lady. I wonder if that's like, that just reminds me of like, what is that, like a Nashville girl, but in Las Vegas with a lady?
It's the original Showgirls.
Right. I like Joseph Brenner was just a genius. Like his one word, torso, eyeball, sacrifice, autopsy. And they'd always have like these really florid titles, like the red cat kills in a glass maze. He's like, eyeball.
What the hell? Eyeball.
Eyeball.
I bet, I hope Las Vegas Lady had her own theme. Vegas Lady, lap dance lady.
I'd like to think that, Verhoeven made Elizabeth Berkley watch it to prepare for her role, like
Naked Evil was the B feature to Sacrifice. You almost miss it. Blink and you'll miss it.
Is Naked Evil that like Exorcism at Midnight movie?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Ooh, Prime Cut. With Sissy Spacek was in that. It was like her first movie or one of her first movies.
And The Hunting Party.
Oliver Reed.
That's a hell of a lineup.
I know.
Slaughter Hotel, Prime Cut, The Hunting Party.
I've never seen The Hunting Party. Is it good?
I haven't seen it either. Look, everyone in the chat knew that it was a Stella Stevens movie.
Oh, nice.
Someone else mentioned it, Chris.
I love
Thanks,
Stella
guys.
Stevens. Stella Stevens is like, she got like she had a topless scene in the movie Monster in a Closet. It's rated PG. It's like, leave it to Stella Stevens to figure out a way to get naked even in like a kids movie.
A place where nothing is forbidden. That sounds like a place where you would want to go, I guess.
Yeah, like we talked about, like, loud noises. What else is like loud music, partying. You can do it all. Nothing is forbidden at this hotel.
You can listen to dubstep at 3 a.m. and turn it up really loud. They don't care.
You can steal the pillows. You can dye clothes in the bathtub. Like,
yep, you can rip those tags off of the mattresses.
Right.
Nothing is forbidden.
Nothing.
Oh, here's a little teaser ad that it had 5 days before the shock starts.
Plus, Crucible Horror.
They missed an important part of that title.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, of it's too expensive to print that. So
No one cares about that second feature anyway.
right,
It's
the
another
godchildren.
Hallmark property, The Godchildren.
Is that like a Poliziotteschi or something?
I think so, but I don't remember what movie that really is. That of course, is not the actual title of the film. The Godchildren.
There was in the New York Times, Vincent Canby wrote a review of Slaughter Hotel. And he's like, he kept seeing the ads and he's like, why would people want to go see this? The slashing massacre of 8 innocent nurses. Fine, I'll go see it. And he writes this whole kind of like this little essay about how he went down to 42nd Street to watch it. And there was about 24 people in the theater and they all just stared at the screen and nobody said anything. And he said some couple had brought their children like age 7 and 9 to the movie.
Ew.
And it's like, and on the list of top grossing films that week, it was like, I can't remember what's number one. It's like, I don't know, like the Poseidon Adventure or something. And way down at like number 47 is like Slaughter Hotel.
That reminds me of that story Sam always tells about the people at the drive-in that brought all their kids for What Have You Done to Solange?
Yeah, it's like, honestly, it's not even so much that I would feel that it's inappropriate for kids to watch it. I think it would just be boring for them.
That's true.
Like, yeah.
I mean, most of the stuff that they talk about in Solange is off screen. There's really not a lot shown.
Because I for years I would just read about Solange. Like I'd read about it in like the Splatter movie book and and I thought, oh, this movie's gonna just knock my socks off. And then I watched it and I'm like, no, it's actually pretty classy. Like you think with Camille Keaton in it, it's gonna be really raunchy, but it's not.
The minute I see Camille Keaton's name, I sort of shrivel up a little bit.
I know. Bloodthirsty Butchers.
So you got that's some Milligan there.
Yeah. Wow.
That's funny because what?
I kind of, like I said, like when I was a kid, I thought Slaughter Hotel seemed kind of Andy Milligan-esque. But I didn't really understand. Now, of course, I don't feel that way. But as a kid, I was just, when people have like handheld you know what I mean? Like there's scenes in Slaughter Hotel where the director's just following people around with a handheld camera and you can see the shadow of the camera on people and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, hot plates in the rooms, like at Slaughter Hotel. They let you cook. They let you play music.
You got some kung fu with your Slaughter Hotel. This is Pittsburgh too.
So, like, I remember the director of Alice, Sweet Alice made a movie called Deep Sleep around this time. Was Deep Throat just such a big hit that if you just put deep in the title of your movie, it would make money?
It did cause us a mini trend, as they say. Deep end, deep thrust, the deep.
The deep, yeah.
Thank you for laughing. The deep.
The deep.
Jacqueline Bissett's wet T-shirt movie.
The Deep.
Oh, drat. Mike Justice vanished again. Anyway, these two showings for Slaughter Hotel, as it went through the Pittsburgh area, they happened within a couple of months of one another. So Pittsburgh really had a lot of opportunities to see Slaughter Hotel. Welcome back, Mike Justice.
Hi. Looking at some of the... Are any of these places still around? Are these all drive-ins, these theaters?
No, there's some hard tops listed there.
Okay.
But yeah, all the drive-ins are gone except for the Dependable, which I don't see listed there. I'm not sure what year they opened or when they started being the Dependable. I think they had another name originally. One of them changed names. This is a Miracle Mile Drive-In, which was right by Monroeville Mall.
Oh, Monroeville Mall. Oh, Carnegie.
There's the Hollywood in Dormont. That's still operating.
Oh. McKeesport.
It was still operating. The Hollywood was like gone and then it came back and then it went away again. I'm not sure if it's on or off. So here's an amazing triple at the Super 71. Don't Look in the Basement, Slaughter Hotel, and The Honeymoon Killers.
Oh wow. Oh, and Wicked Wicked is playing in like this PG rated block of films here. Westworld, Wicked Wicked, and Pretty Maids all in a row, which is R. Yep, and The Boy Who Cried Werewolf. That was a double feature. Like the studio put that out as a double feature, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah.
You rarely saw one without the other. And of course they
Right.
put Coogan's Bluff on.
And then
Clint
Wicked
Eastwood.
Wicked Wicked, I remember also seeing ads for it where it was on a double feature with Son of Blob.
That's weird. Well,
Yeah.
Jack Harris must have put it out then.
Oh yeah, Jack Harris did
Okay.
put
well,
out
that's
Son
fine.
of Blob. Yeah.
But not Wicked Wicked.
You know what Jack Harris I've also seen ads for, but I've seen posters for it, but I've never seen ads, is Flavia, the Priestess of Violence. That Jack Harris had licensed that and made posters for it, and it said Jack Harris presents Flavia, Priestess of Violence, but I can't find any ads for it. So I think it was one of those movies where they were like prepping to release it and then maybe went bankrupt or changed their business strategy or something like that.
Look, Nightmare in Wax. Speaking of movies that were rarely separated from their co-feature, Nightmare in Wax, there it is all by itself without Blood of Dracula's Castle.
I don't see it. Where is it?
It's at the Sunset View, which was one of my local drive-ins when I was growing up.
Nightmare in Wax was a Crown International, right? Because I think, is that the one with Cameron Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always
Bud
on
Townsend.
those those horrible horror like DVD compilations that are just all Crown International movies. It's like The Van and Blood Mania and stuff. It's always on those. Yeah.
I saw a lot of movies at the Sunset View growing up. That's the place where I got that flyer for Zombie. When my parents took me to see Silent Scream. Mm-hmm. And on the way in, we got a flyer for next week's feature, which was Zombie. And of course, they wouldn't bring me back to see that.
Oh.
Anyway.
I remember thinking Zombie, when we were kids, like Zombie was really extreme. Like I remember that they were showing Zombie on network TV and I was like, holy crap, I gotta watch. There is no way they're going to show that. And it was literally like 70 minutes long or something.
They showed Zombie on network TV? Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was like really late and I was like, yep. And then Chris Pasonic said, yeah, don't answer the phone, the TV. So here's the thing is everybody says don't answer the phone is too sadistic and they don't like it, but the TV cut isn't. So if you want to see don't answer the phone, but like you're uncomfortable with all the brutalization, you can just watch the TV cut.
And that you get plenty of sweaty Nicholas Worth, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw Nicholas Worth on an episode of Mama's Family, and he played this like arm wrestling champion who like Thelma goes toe to toe with.
I bet he was sweaty on there too.
Yes, he was.
Here's a British ad for tonight's first feature, Cold-Blooded Beast.
Yeah.
And the night she rose from the tomb.
I guess because Evelyn. Is that Evelyn?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, in the States, it was called The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave.
Right.
This sounds a little more biblical. The night she rose from the tomb.
Right.
Forget all about him for the moment. Let's talk.
You were expecting Jesus, but surprise.
Well, this is my tomb, and I'm rising from it. My name's Evelyn. What's yours?
Margaret Lee is a British actress, so I wonder if she was a name of some sort, like in England. Like I wonder if people would have known her from other stuff. I know I'm not really too schooled on her career or anything. I'm like if she was famous in England before she went to Italy and started doing like, and Europe and doing like Jess Franco movies and stuff. If she had any claim to fame in the UK.
Well, the only name above her is Klaus Kinski.
And then Monica Strable or whatever is the horny lesbian nurse.
Right. Well, they're all horny.
I know, right? That one horny character in this
and
movie.
Several are lesbian.
Oh yeah.
You have to be more specific. Oh, this is something we've seen already. Let's look at this for a minute while I get the final panel queued up.
So there's a question in the chat, was zombie Tisa Farrow getting a wood splinter in the eye? It was Tisa Farrow, but she didn't get a wood splinter in the eye. Olga Carlotta's got the wood splinter. You might know her as Prince's mom in Purple Rain.
I wonder if Prince ever watched that. Do you think Prince ever watched Zombie?
Right, and he's just, get me that woman to play my mother.
It's like, oh yeah, I want her.
You know what would be? I would say, well, I don't know if it must have come first. I was going to say, I would think Prince probably saw Murder Rock. Dancing Death.
You think so?
Probably, because he's such an avant-garde music guy, and he might have, I would see him being more interested in something like Murder Rock than Zombie. But I don't know where he would have seen it because it didn't get released here. But maybe if he had friends in Europe or something.
He was into some weird shit. You know he was.
Oh, God, yeah.
Something that really surprised me is My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult played Glam Slam back in 1993. And, they got booked there. That doesn't mean that Prince had anything to do with it. But when they performed there, Prince came to see them. They knew Prince was watching, too. Like, they were told that Prince was going to be there. He wasn't like, bopping around with the crowd or anything. But he was really into them.
Prince had his hands in some weird stuff. Like, I'm sure you've heard that there was this James L. Brooks movie in the 90s called I'll Do Anything, and it's starring Nick Nolte. And it was a musical. Like, they initially conceived of it as a musical, and Prince wrote all the songs, and it had, like, Albert Brooks and dancing around and singing these Prince songs, and then the test audiences hated it and they had to cut all the music out of it. So he did a whole soundtrack for like a movie, and it was also why am I blanking on her name? You know, the actress who was in like all the Woody Allen movies, and then she does Marge Simpson's voice.
Julie Kavner.
It's Julie Kavner and Albert Brooks, and they're like singing and dancing and stuff, which I would love to see. Yeah.
Marge Simpson can bring it.
So I thought you made that. I thought you were the guy who came up with the idea to pair the Slaughter Hotel name with the Last House on Dead End Street artwork. But I guess
no, it was a thing. This was from obviously 1984. Hang on, sorry, I was distracted there for a minute. Yeah, this was from 84, and this was the final theatrical push that Slaughter Hotel got.
I cannot believe that Slaughter Hotel coexisted with the Terminator in the same, you know what I mean? Like to think that those two movies would share a screen together is.
Think how grainy those prints of Slaughter Hotel were by this point.
Oh God.
They've been through so many projectors.
And I can really remember like when Gremlins was in theaters and Karate Kid and Terminator, like to think that Slaughter Hotel was playing, it must have felt so old at that point,
if you were lucky enough to get it. This was not a nationwide release or anything, but the Hallmark guys probably thought they could make some more money off of it.
Well, also, when was it out on Gorgon Video? Like the year after this or something? Like
it probably already was. Who knows? There's a close-up look.
Bring a friend. This movie is too scary to see alone.
And yeah, that is the house from Last House on Dead End Street. It's also, I think it originated with the movie A Name for Evil.
Mm-hmm.
With Samantha Eggar and Robert Culp.
Oh, Samantha Eggar.
I know. There are no damn severed hands in it.
But no, not the hand. Is it the hand?
We won't be in any more severed hand movies.
She only says it a couple of times in Demonoid, but in the Macabre cut, she has like additional scenes where she's like looking at him. She's like, "Oh, please don't tell me it's that hand again. Is it the hand?
Really?
Oh no, not the hand." She's just so nonchalant. Like, is it the hand?
So there was A Name for Evil. They also used it in Terror House, the VHS release for Terror House was called Terror on the Menu, and it had this image on it too.
Is Terror House, is that Norman J. Warren?
No, that's
Or
folks at Red Wolf Inn.
oh, right. Of course.
They did use it. Oh, maybe he meant it wasn't original. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't originate with Last House on Dead End Street. They did use this house, though, in some of the ads anyway for that movie.
Oh, yeah.
So there were 4 different movies that house appeared.
It's kind of like how that possessed girl on the bed is the poster for The Tempter.
Yes.
And then it also showed up in a teaser trailer for Exorcist 2.
Exorcist 2.
Yeah. And then I looked it up, and eventually I found out that it was like a stock shot that was like from the Warner Brothers marketing department, and then it just fell into the hands of the district, like Avco Embassy, and they were just like, let's use it for The Tempter.
Frank Palvino has a nice challenge. Just blur it a little, and it looks like you're staring at a gremlin. I think you're right.
It does, huh? It's you can see Gizmo's ears.
That's a mirror image, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. It's just the same. It's a mirror image. Bizarre. That's not. And the house actually is in A Name for Evil. I mean, it belongs on the poster for A Name for Evil. It's a hotel or something.
It does. It as a mirror. If it did look like that, I would be kind of ugly. I'm like, is that like a duplex or something? Like,
here's an amazing double in Miami. 1983, I think this was.
Is Night of the Zombies the Bruno Mattei thing, or is it the typewriter movie? That's Revenge of the Dead. That's right.
Right. Yeah, this was Night of the Zombies, aka Virus, aka Zombie Creeping Flesh.
AKA, I'm going to say this because Sam isn't here. AKA Unwatchable Crap. I hate Bruno Mattei.
You know, I have to say, I agreed with you for a long time about Night of the Zombies, but we did it on the show not too long ago, and I had a good time watching it. So,
I actually liked that. Ironically, weirdly, Bruno Mattei made this like, I think it was supposed to be kind of like a Native American. It's called like about this like blonde white guy who lives with the Native Americans. I can't remember what it's called. It's called like White Savage or something. And I was like, actually, I like that. It was actually kind of good.
White Savage.
Yeah.
This is a great lineup.
Oh my God. The Big Chill and Slaughter Hotel.
Big Chill. I fucking hated that movie, and I never even saw it because there was this period, and I don't know if you're too young to remember, but there was this brief period where everybody was obsessed with this movie, and everyone had the soundtrack cassette. Mm-hmm. Every car had the cassette in it.
Yeah, my mom and my aunts and all their sisters like loved The Big Chill because it was that generation. Mm-hmm. And I just hated it because like my mom and all her like characteristically negligent boomer parent friends were all just kind of, I was sick of them anyway. And then they're like, this movie is like speaks to us. I'm like, everything fucking speaks to you. You can't stop talking about yourself. Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's just a ripoff of Return of the Secaucus 7.
But my mom hated the Return of the Secaucus 7. She goes, I wish people were comparing The Big Chill to the Return of the Secaucus 7. That movie had such homely people in it.
Oh, it was too real, I guess.
Yeah, she's like all these awful women with hairy armpits playing volleyball. Like, she's like, they were beautiful, like Jo Beth Williams. Like, that's a woman. She has class.
David poses an interesting question. I don't know what's missing, if anything, from Night of the Zombies because it was released uncut. That R rating, I forgot to comment on it, but that was fake. That's, of course, an unrated film. So.
You could get away with that back then because the MPAA would never find you or even know that the movie was out half the time.
David, oh my God, the Times Square soundtrack is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. And yes, you could get it in every cutout bin for a brief period of time.
When The Big Chill came out, I was really sick of music from that era because they would use it in all the kids' like commercials. So, like because they were marketing to the parents. So on Saturday morning, like they'd be like granola bits, like, or something. And it was like every jingle for like Pop-Tarts or like kids cereal or whatever was a reworked 60s song. Like there was the fucking California Raisins were like on the horizon. And I was just
the
like,
California Raisins. Ew, I hated them.
Yeah, and I don't think they were a thing yet, but when The Big Chill came out, and remember how they tried to even like they had like a Christmas special of the California Raisins? I'm like, these are the most unappealing things. Anthropomorphized, like ugly little raisin soul
They're
singers.
Like Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, those creatures that came out of the fireplace. What if they had a singing group? That'd be the California Raisins.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another British ad.
Is that Klaus Kinski in the Spiderweb?
It must be. No, that's cool.
It's what?
I think that's the killer.
Oh shit! Good stuff.
Yeah, so that's the ad campaign for our first feature tonight, Slaughter Hotel, handpicked by Mike Justice.
I never think about this movie anymore. It was such a huge part of my childhood, and I guess I expanded my horizons, and like I feel really good to like come back to it and like pay my respects to Slaughter Hotel.
All right, so how about some Sam Panico? We'll do the drink segment, and then we'll come back and we'll have lots more to talk about for Slaughter Hotel, Hallmark releasing all the things that give us warm fuzzies. And of course, stick around because Sam will be on the second segment and the third. You're going all the way tonight, Mike Justice, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
All the way to the third.
No, I'm going to you guys watch Cataclysm. I'm going to sleep.
Hey, Keebler, how's the old elfin magic?
Oh, pretty good.
The old fudge on one side trick, huh? Wow, stripes!
Yes, sir. We're making our fudge stripe cookies. We take crisp shortbread cookies, cover them with rich fudge on one side, and fudge stripes on the other side.
Unbelievable! I always wanted to know how you elves got the stripes on your fudge stripe cookies, and I still don't know.
Keebler fudge stripes, fudge sticks, and deluxe grahams.
It's kind of unbelievable that people in America are eating 40 pounds of sugar a year. I was told about it, first of all, by someone who was a nutritionist and said, Sherry, you've got to make some changes in your diet. I have equal, and I feel happier because I feel okay. It tastes good to me. It's just there. I use it. I like it. You got the sugar, you got the pink stuff, and you got the equal.
Only Equal has 100% NutraSweet. No sugar, no saccharin.
I choose equal.
White walls, Tuscan sky, women humming names they forgot. Olive branches scratch the glass, evening mess, then the doors all lock. Dr. Carol lights her last cigarette, says, sleep, records, sleep. But I hear steps in the gravel, something breathing in the cypress deep. Blood on the olive trees, who's walking in the dark with me? Black cloak brushing through the leaves, names on the wind like a litany. Blood on the olive trees, I take the air when I breathe. If I'm just crazy, let me be. But the night keeps killing silently. scars by touch. Julia laughs at ghosts in the hall. Sister Rosa clutches her rosary, swears she heard my voice call. I saw him by the chapel well, cape like a shadow torn, face a blur in the moonlight, hands too still to warm. He knows each broken story here, knows which room we feed. He waits where the garden ends, where the stars fall and then disappear. Blood on the olive trees, who's walking in the dark with me? Black cloak brushing through the leaves, names on the wind like a litany. Blood on the olive trees, I taste the iron when I breathe. If I'm just crazy, let me be. But the night keeps killing silently. Under the vines, something buried, something mine. Sirens can't cross these hills, static dies on the line. We're alone with the rustling stalker and the bells that ring off time. So I steal the keys from the nurse's desk, bare feet on the freezing stone. And if I meet that shadow in the orchard, will I finally prove I'm not alone? Not
Said my wife, I said, do I look like Orson Welles? And she said, yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck. I meant, do I look like 1980s Orson Welles or 1930s Orson Welles? And she said, both of them together. Anyway, both. ASYLUM EROTICA. It's for the movie Slaughter Hotel. More Klaus Kinski. Can you take it? I can't. I love the guy. This one's easy. We got an ounce vanilla vodka. I stole that from Bill. A half an ounce triple sec. A half an ounce Chambord. 2 ounces of cranberry juice. Half an ounce of lime juice. I'll make Bill this drink because this is a Bill drink. Mm-hmm. Nice. Learned that one in Louisiana. You know what though? Forgot my wife just painted.
I just painted this kitchen, so maybe don't.
You almost saw divorce fans.
Yep.
That was close, but you know what? Luck was on my side.
Mm-hmm.
The luck of the word, non-politically correct word. Oh my gosh. Like I said, it's not going to be a big drink. Shit. Learned that one in Louisiana. You know what though? Forgot my wife just painted.
I just painted this kitchen, so maybe don't.
You almost saw divorce fans.
Yep.
That was close, but you know what? Luck was on my side.
Mm-hmm.
The luck of the word, non-politically correct word. Oh my gosh. Like I said, it's not going to be a big drink. It's a good one, I think. It's lovely. A little strong, a little smooth. Anyway, enjoy the show.
Pazuzu.
Pazuzu. Jaws. Oh, yeah, I should. Okay, I want to show the people my shirt.
You're ready.
For the Italian Giallo. It's the end of Giallo January.
Yes. And you
You know
came
what's
to the
funny?
right place.
I always set out with the intention of spending January watching Giallos, and I love Giallos, but they kind of start to run together for me after a while. So I'll if you know what I mean. I don't know that Giallos can sustain an entire month of,
I think it's a little much, actually.
Yeah.
They are very similar.
And then you
Sometimes.
get to these ones that are like obscure for a reason. Like there's this Carol Baker one called like The Devil Has Seven Faces, and I was watching it and I was like, yeah, there's a reason why this has never been, remastered for Blu-ray or anything.
I watched one of hers that I've never seen before, Knife of Ice.
I've never seen that one yet, but I kind of think it looks lame.
Okay.
Like, is it good? Do you like it?
It had an end. I won't reveal the ending or who the killer was, but I did not like the reveal at the end of it. It was just one of those Jacob's Ladder kind of things, and I was like, "What?"
Oh yeah.
It's
I
so
know what you
long
mean.
for this entire movie, and then you're gonna like pull this at the end. But
I mean, I liked her first. I love So Sweet, So Perverse, and Quiet Place to Kill is great. And I love,
Mhm.
and then like Knife of Ice, it's like she just seems kind of frumpy and she's just hanging around a house and carrying around a candelabra and stuff. And I was like, I want to see her like as a race car driver. Like I want to see her as like a jet set widow stripped of bare of her morals and her millions, not as like some middle-aged frump wandering around a haunted house while the lightning strikes outside.
I don't know. The Knife of Ice has plenty of fans, I'm sure, but I was not really into it. But I
Well, I'm
do
just gonna,
love, Orgasmo.
yeah. I like my favorite. I think A Quiet Place to Kill is probably the best movie that they made together. But I love So Sweet, So Perverse because it's so tacky.
I
It's
don't
like a
remember if I saw that.
so it was one. It was never released here in theaters or anything. It just only became available to watch. I think later when it came out, and it's very Diabolique. It's like a ripoff of Diabolique,
Okay.
and it's her and Erica Blank and Jean Sorel, I think maybe like George Hilton, one of those people.
George Hilton. What else was George Hilton in?
Like he was in, I think that movie that she made called like the one that the Sweet Body of Deborah.
Yes.
And he was in a lot of other giallos. Like he was always like a name that you would see. Like I think he was in that movie that there isn't there a giallo that's shot in Ireland? Maybe like the iguana with the tongue of fire or something. It's
Well, you'd
like
have to ask Sam that. He's
yeah, we
the
gotta
giallo expert.
half a cup of crazy. Yeah, it needs like PCP in it or something. Yeah, I don't know. I've just never been like when people are like, "Oh, it's okay. Like let this actor like destroy everyone around him because he's so brilliant." And I'm like, I know a lot of people who are really good actors who aren't, you know what I mean? Like it's not like when has Meryl Streep ever like, tried to stab the director and it's like, "Oh, but it's okay. She's Meryl Streep."
Yeah, it's not okay.
I think that's Chris said iguana with the tongue of fire. Is that George? I think I know that like George Hilton and like Anita uh Steinberg or something are in it. Yeah. So anyway, we got to wait for Sam. He knows all about the Giallos.
I feel bad even having this conversation without him.
I know.
Don't you?
I was just thinking about something. What would go in like in a Giallo shot? So it'd be like a Jello shot, but the whatever liquor. Can you make Jello shots with whiskey? You could do a J&B Giallo shot.
Ew.
I
Well,
know.
that might actually help J&B. A whole bunch of sugar.
Is J&B like Cutty Sark? Is it just like cheap, gross Scotch whiskey or something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because I mean, I like some shitty whiskey like Crown Royal. I'm not Crown Royal. Is that what it's called?
Well, there is. I mean, Crown Royal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crown Royal is okay.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
That's not shitty though, is it? That's more like. Is it whiskey or is it bourbon?
No, yeah, not shitty as in I mean I just call it that because it's like it's so mainstream. It's in every place. It's not like
Yeah.
somebody's going to be like, "Oh, this was a good year. This is a good batch." Like crack open that 70-year-old bottle of Crown Royal. Like we're gonna celebrate.
I used to love Jack Daniels, but now I can't drink it because I went to like a party and I kept drinking Jack and Coke, and that night I dreamed about being served Jack and Coke over and over again, and I got really grossed out. I still can't bring myself to drink it.
Whiskey is one of those alcohols like gin where it's like I'm a vodka man because I'm kind of like like I like to drink like I'm a teenage alcoholic that doesn't want anyone to smell it. So I like because whenever I drink gin or whiskey or whatever, like the next day if I'm at the gym or something, I'm like, ugh, I'm tasting it in my sweat and stuff, and like I like
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I love my vodka. I do love my vodka. I have vanilla vodka and Coke instead of the Sam sanctioned drink, but I also love whiskey. I love
And you love your melon liqueur. What is it?
Midori.
Midori, yeah, because you'll buy a bottle of it and then you'll like shoehorn it into every drink until the bottle's gone.
Sam does that. He does that for me because he knows I love it. But I just I got really frustrated trying to buy all the liquor to make it a different drink every week. So I just started doing my own thing, sort of. It's fully sanctioned by Drive-In Asylum, by the way. We don't care.
I mean, remember I used to drink like wine out of a jar on the show? Like
Where's your beverage tonight, Mike Justice?
It's right here. It's my Jaws glass.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's diet cherry Coca-Cola and boxed wine.
Oh, okay.
Because in Spain they drink like Coke and wine, and they're like, I was like, well, this movie's Italian, close enough.
Are you trying to make it taste like Night Train? Or are you going to pour cough syrup in it?
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, they don't make cough syrup like that anymore. They got rid of whatever. Yeah. You can't get addicted to it anymore. God damn it.
Boo.
Oh, by the way, I guess it does. Gina Gershon is going to be at a Showgirls themed event, a screening event in San Francisco in April.
Oh, wow.
Now, I'm like, I don't want to go to it. I'm sure you don't want to go to it, but I'm just saying that like it bodes well for the future. Like if Gina Gershon is now going to these things, then like it's going to start, we'll finally get that documentary with like interviews with like Elizabeth Berkley, Gina Gershon, hopefully Kyle MacLachlan.
Why is it taken so long? I don't understand why it has taken so long for this to build for Showgirls.
Because people were making fun of it. So you know what I mean? It's like people made fun of it so hard that like it's taking these actors a long time to like. They probably have like PTSD, like when somebody wants to. So
I know Gina Gershon embraced it early on. I mean, she never said anything bad. I mean, everybody always says she's the one actor in the movie that knows what kind of movie she's in. It's in her performance.
Well, and it also kind of helped her career, because it was like we all, now I don't remember even knowing who she was before Showgirls. And after Showgirls, she was in Bound and she was in Face Off, and she would be even in movies that aren't necessarily hits, but, like Palmetto with like, Woody Harrelson. And like she was in a lot of major stuff after that. And like, so it helped, got her exposure. And
wait a minute. Bound didn't come after Showgirls, did it?
Yeah. And I remember, I remember when Siskel and Ebert reviewed it, like I think Ebert called it her comeback movie. He said it's a comeback for Gina Gershon. I'm like, oh, she's already making a comeback, and it's like 9 months after Showgirls.
I think Jeff's right to wait till the actors were pro.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that Elizabeth Berkley also like proved herself. Like I remember back in the old days, she's like, I'm not going to come back and talk about Showgirls and be ironic and stuff until I've done some other things, some good things, And then I think she has always had a really good career. She's worked a lot. She's worked with some great directors. She had like, she has like her Ask Elizabeth, like, she's helped enough teen girls overcome their, low self-esteem or whatever. And so now she's like, okay, I can talk about Showgirls. So.
I read what you wrote me, by the way. I never responded in the Messenger app, but I think you're absolutely right. Her career, I think why everybody views her as a failed actor. After that's what everybody said about her anyway. It was that Showgirls killed her career, and she did not have a stellar career afterwards. But it was Showgirls that built her up for that. That's why everybody like pushed her into like this position where she was going to have a fabulous career afterwards, or else everybody was going to say she bombed.
Yeah, and it's
you're
like,
right,
and then it
she
made it so
didn't.
that, right, and then it made it so that they made the expectation so high that like she could never live up to it, and it was like that people would say like, oh, well, yeah, she was in the First Wives Club, but it was such a small role, and I'm like, she was in this ensemble, she was in the second tier along with like Marcia Gay Harden and Sarah Jessica Parker. Like they would have never asked her to be in that movie if she was just the girl from Saved by the Bell.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, to be in that, and then she did like movies like with Oliver Stone, and she did like a Woody Allen movie. It wasn't one of his better ones, but still.
I'd like to think that any actor who has seen Showgirls knows how hard she worked for that, and knows that that was a very demanding role for her. That she gave everything that she had. Literally, she was full frontal nude in the film.
Yeah.
And I think any actor would probably have a silent respect for that, at least.
It's also a little ahead of its time, because back in the 90s, somebody acting like her was considered really like gratuitous and kind of antisocial and really unlikable. But now like everybody's kind of got a short fuse, right? Because of like social media and COVID and like, like there's this whole thing now that the kids always call it, they say it's a valid crash out, meaning like if you have like an intense emotional reaction to something that triggers you and causes you to like lose your shit in public, like it's okay because you have like trauma and stuff. And like, so like Nomi, everybody's Nomi now. So
she's much more relatable. She seemed bipolar in Showgirls, but now she just seems like a normal person.
Yeah, now she's everybody on TikTok.
You see her in Starbucks every time you go in.
Right.
All right. So I listed the link to go watch Slaughter Hotel on the Groovy Doom Facebook page. If you don't see it, let me see if it's still on the clipboard. Oh, I hope so. Yeah. Wow. Here's the title that you should enter if you're going to search for it yourself on Internet Archive. I just dropped it into the chat. It's not a link. It's not going to take you there, and it is not the file. All that is just, hopefully it's clippable. And you can cut and paste it into your Internet Archive search box and find it. We'll give you a minute to go look for it.
Yeah, because it's going to take us a minute to turn it on too.
Mm-hmm. All right. So go watch the movie and come back afterwards. Sam's going to be here on the second segment, and me and Mike Justice will also be here. So come back and enjoy. Anything